Hello and welcome back to Storyteller, a puzzle game that came out in March 2023 and I played it in July of 2023. It was available for PC and Switch at the time. Now I think it's also available for iOS and Android. There's been a major update that they're calling the Devilish update that came out at the end of September 2023. And so I want to check it out and see what is different in the game. I think I had 100%. I'd gotten all the achievements and completed all of the bonus levels and content and everything that was in the game. So anything that's not finished now will have been added by the update. Let's check it out. First I want to go here. I think they've added a narrator. It's set by default to never.
Yes.
Let's turn it on for always and see what that adds to the game.
Storyteller, a book about building stories. At the end of this book lies a crown. It is bestowed only to the finest storytellers of the realm. Every page is empty, save for a title. It is your duty to fill these pages with the most captivating tales. Complete this book and prove yourself worthy of the title of Storyteller.
All right, and I have done that. I have the crown right here.
The ceremony.
But now it says 40 out of 60, so there must be 20 new puzzles that have been added, and we'll have to go and find them.
Life and death.
All right, it looks like there's been one added called Miracle. Let's check that out.
Heartbreak with a happy ending.
Okay. Let's put... Oh, I gotta put a background first. Let's put Adam and Eve. Oh, and one of them dies. There's the Heartbreak. Let's use Revive. She's revived. And now they're back together again. That's it. So that's what we have to do. We have to try to combine the scenes with the characters to get the story that the game wants us to get. So there we go. Let's see what else has been added. Dismay has been added.
Rejected by own spouse.
Okay, well then we have to get two people married. Let's have Edgar marry Lenora. And then Edgar will have amnesia and forget that he's married. And then he will marry Isobel. And reject Lenora. There we go. Rejected by own spouse.
Apparitions.
Ooh, aging has been added. Let's see what that is.
Whole heartbroken dog dies happy.
Oh. There's a doggy. That's new. I don't think we had a doggy before. Alright, so his master has to pass away. So he's heartbroken. Time passes. And his master is revived somehow. And he's happy. Oh, look, his master is back. But then the doggy dies. Oh, I didn't have to put Edgar. I thought I had to put Edgar in there, but okay. We fulfilled all of the conditions of the story title.
The Cellar.
We have a new puzzle here called Haunt.
Isobel is haunted by her husband.
Okay, well, let's get them married. And they have a fight, which will be the motivation for him to poison her. Oh, wait, she's got to poison him. Yeah, okay. He's going to drink the wine and die. And then he's going to show back up and haunt her. There we go. What's next?
Beauty.
Oh. There's a bunch that's been added here. Scorn, Duplicity, and Deceit with an extra bonus puzzle. Alright, let's check it out.
Curse is lifted.
Curse is lifted. I thought I already did this one. Alright, they're in love. And then the witch curses her? Or is she gonna curse the prince? Oh, she's in love with the prince. Well, how are we gonna get them cursed? Ah, there we go. Ah, that was it. So the witch wants to kiss the prince, but he says no. Ooh, gross. So she turns him into a toad. Then he meets Snow White in the forest and says, hey, I'm actually a prince. And she kisses him and it lifts the curse. All right. Now, Duplicity.
A kiss and a curse.
A kiss and a curse. What happens if we put the witch in here? Ah, she turns into a hot witch. And they fall in love. And they kiss. But then she turns herself back into a witch. And he says no. No way am I gonna kiss you when you're not a hot witch. So she curses him. There we go. Okay, so they fall in love, they kiss. She turns back into her original self, he rejects her, and she curses him. We did it. And now Deceit.
Tiny gets a kiss.
How are we gonna get him kissed? Ah, there we go. So what I had to do was the queen had to say, am I the fairest in the land? And the mirror says, no, Snow White is. So she curses Snow White. And she says, all right, now am I the fairest? And he says, no, the prince is. So she curses the prince. Which, I don't know if this even has to be in here, to be honest. Because if I took these ones out, would it still work? Oh, I guess it does. Okay. I didn't need to have the prince part in there. But we need to have, there's some bonus levels here. Ungrateful Maiden and the Prince Saves Tiny. Well, let's do Ungrateful Maiden. There we go. So he kisses her and turns her back into a princess and says, hey, now I'm in love with you. Let's smooch. And she's like, no, I don't want to smooch you again. And that breaks his heart. She is ungrateful that he saved her, is what that one is. And now the prince saves Tiny. So now this one, all right, we're going to trick the prince. So the witch is rejected by Tiny because he won't kiss her. So she curses him. So you gotta set up a motivation for them to do the action in the next frame. And then she talks to the magic mirror and he's like, nah, you ugly. And so she gets mad, motivation, and curses Snow White. Now in the forest, Snow White is gonna tell the prince that she's been turned into a frog. And so he's gonna kiss Frog Tiny thinking it's Frog Snow White, but it's not. So we have done both of the bonus story puzzles. Cool.
The Manor.
Let's see what's next. We have Telltale and Fingerprints with a bonus puzzle. Let's check that out.
Murderer is arrested.
Our scenes are gun, ballroom, and remorse. The butler did it. Yeah, he's mad at the Duke. So he shoots the Duke, but he feels remorse and turns himself in. There we go. Okay. Now in some of these puzzles, it's possible to have the detective watching through the eyes of the portrait, or someone else watching through the eyes of the portrait, but I guess that didn't really factor into this one. Okay. And now we have Fingerprints with a bonus.
Someone gets arrested.
Someone gets arrested. Okay. Alright, now see, he doesn't have anybody on his mind that he wants to kill. And he just likes the gun. He doesn't want to use it for murder. She doesn't like the gun at all. So what we have to do is set up a motivation. How do we get the detective involved? Aha! Alright, so we have to have a scene where the butler puts the gun back, doesn't wipe it down for fingerprints. The detective finds the fingerprints and arrests the butler. And for this bonus puzzle, we have someone innocent gets arrested. Alright, so what I'm setting up here is the butler is angry. He doesn't like working for these snobby people. He shoots the Duchess and puts the gun back. But the Duke doesn't realize the Duchess is dead. He comes in and touches the gun because he likes it. He's like, ooh, nice gun, I like you. So the detective looks at the gun and sees the fingerprints of the Duke, not the butler. And so he arrests the Duke, who is innocent of the murder. There we go, we got it.
Crown Intrigue.
Chapter 7 has Rescue, the bonus puzzle, and Forgiven. Alright.
The Queen is rescued.
Well, that was pretty easy. The Queen is rescued. All right, we did that one. And married or gets revenge. All right, so she'll have her wedding to the knight who rescued her. Okay, maybe she puts the Baron into the cage. There we go. So she's captured by the Baron, she's rescued by the knight, and then she puts the Baron into the dungeon. Bish bash bosh. What's next? Forgiven.
Usurper is forgiven.
Well, all we have is the dog and the Queen. The dog kidnaps her. Alright, let's put the dog on the throne. Alright, she's gonna take the... okay, she's gonna take the crown back. But then she's gonna let him out. No? There we go. So what we had to do is the dog kidnaps the Queen and takes the crown. We had to put the dog on the throne to make him the usurper. But then he lets the Queen go. She takes the crown back, puts the dog in a cage, and sits on her throne, so she's been restored. But then to forgive him, she has to come back in and let him out of the cage.
Secrets.
There don't seem to be any new stories for this chapter.
Justice.
But we have Matriarch added to chapter 9.
Queen beheads all men.
How are we going to do that? We have Throne, Wedding, Execute, Cliff, and Revive. Okay, he murders the Queen. The Queen is revived. Now she has a good reason to execute the Baron. How does she get her crown back? Okay, she's back on the throne. Now she executes the Baron. She gets her crown back. There we go. That's it. Now, I don't know why she would have a reason to execute the knight that she married, except that it might maybe because he took the throne in her absence and she wants the throne back, so she kills him. Alright, so we have the Baron who wants the crown. He kills the Queen because he wants to take the crown for himself. But instead, the knight takes the crown and sits on the throne. But the queen gets revived and comes back, and in order to get the crown back, she has to marry the knight. But now that she's the queen again, she executes the knight, and she executes the baron who murdered her. There we go.
Genesis.
Oh, chapter 10. We've got temptation, punishment, repentance, and vengeance.
Eve rejects apple.
No. We've got to get Eve to reject the apple. He's telling them, don't eat that apple. Okay. Okay, I think I know what we're doing here. Adam eats the apple. Adam gets punished by God. So then when Eve is offered the apple, she's like, heck no, I don't want to get zapped by lightning. And she rejects the apple. Okay. Now, punishment.
God is happy at everyone.
Oh, looky there. Now that Eve has accepted the apple, she's trying to tempt Adam. They're gonna get judged. We gotta get him revived. Nope, that's not gonna work. There we go. Eve is offered the apple. She takes it. God gets mad, strikes Eve down with lightning. Then the apple is offered to Adam, and he's like, heck no, I don't want it. Eve gets revived. She's offered the apple again. She says, no, 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 I learned my lesson. I'm not going to take it. And now God is happy with both of them. Repentance.
Adam watches his love die.
Oh no. He's telling them don't eat the apple, but she eats it. And now Adam's gonna see her get zapped. But we have a bonus puzzle. Adam watches her die because of him. So let's do this. He's gonna offer it to her. Okay, hang on. There we go. Alright, so they're in love. You have to establish that they're in love. Adam accepts the apple, offers it to Eve. He gets fried and then revived, but then he has to see Eve get fried because she had taken the apple as well. And now, vengeance.
Friedrich takes revenge.
Friedrich? Who the heck's Friedrich? I don't remember him from the Bible. So Friedrich's in love with Eve. She eats the apple from the serpent. Friedrich sees her get zapped by the lightning of judgment, and he grabs his gun and he goes and he shoots God. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, we've done all the puzzles for Genesis.
The king.
We have one new puzzle in here. Purge, it says.
3 heads roll.
3 heads roll. Let's say the king sees the queen and the knight together. No. Oh, no. He's in love with the queen and he's not in love with dudes. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? Let's say the Baron kidnaps the queen, but the knight rescues her and now she's in love with him. So they're having an affair. The king finds out about it. These are the 3 heads that have to roll. Alright, so the king is going to be the one dispensing justice. First, he's going to execute the Baron. Oh no, I guess not. How are we going to get that 3rd head to roll? Oh, maybe the queen executes. There we go. Alright, so what we had to do is the queen knew that the Baron had kidnapped her. And the knight knew it as well, but I guess the king didn't know. So the queen executes the Baron because he kidnapped the queen. You know, he kidnapped her and she's like, hey, you suck. But then the king executes her and the knight because they're having an affair since he rescued the queen. Alright, there we go. We got the 3 heads to roll.
Monsters.
And we have Sematary spelled all weird. That's not how you're supposed to spell cemetery, but okay.
Pet comes back to life to enact revenge.
Got it. It's like Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Okay. There we go. So Bernard is in love with Isobel. I don't know if that even needs to be there. Okay, yeah, the doggy doesn't have to be there. Bernard's in love with Isobel, but then Bernard is also very, very happy to have a puppy, and she's jealous. She doesn't want him loving anything but her, anything or anyone, spending time with anyone except her. So she kicks the puppy off a cliff. The puppy is revived, and the puppy barks and scares her off the cliff in revenge. Okay.
Drama.
Now we have Hamlet.
Tiny murders brother to avenge his father.
We have to establish who the brother and the father are. There we go. So we had to establish who the father is, and then in order to make him the brother, Haiti, we have to establish that he's also the father of Haiti. So that makes these two brothers, Tiny and Haiti. And then Greenie, the dad, has a fight with Haiti, which is his motivation for kicking Greenie off the cliff. But then Tiny has a seance where Greenie comes back as a ghost and tells him, I was murdered by your brother Haiti. And then Tiny kicks Haiti off the cliff. So there you go.
Novels.
Now we have the Vindictive Wife.
Unfaithful husband punished.
Ooh, unfaithful husband punished. Alright, let's make them husband and wife. And let's make the witch. Oh, no. We don't want that. She's already hot. Let's put them in the forest. They fall in love. Oh, what if they're married? He kisses Snow White. That's not it. Oh, now she knows that they kiss. There we go. Okay. So, I had to marry the prince to the witch. So the prince is a husband. And then the mirror says, oh, Snow White is more fair than you. And she gets mad. So she turns into her witchy self and curses Snow White. But then Snow White says, hey, I'm actually Snow White, and your wife turned me into Snow White. So he kisses her to turn her back into herself. And the witch sees Snow White in her human form and says, hey, wait a minute. The only way you could have gotten turned back into a human again is if you had kissed my husband. So she knows that Snow White had kissed her husband. And so then next time she sees her husband, she says, hey, you kissed Snow White. And she turns him into a toad. That's the progression we needed to solve that puzzle.
The ceremony.
Alright, we have the crown back again. We finished all of the new puzzles in Storyteller. But something unlocked over here. What did we
Marvelous. Unlock? Throughout these pages, you created tales of love, ambition, intrigue, and vengeance. You have proven yourself worthy of the crown and the title of Storyteller. Now, it is time to close this book, ponder about the possibilities of the future, and go fill the pages of your own story.
Oh, wait a minute. What happened? I heard a ha 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 ha, and the end is scratched out.
Secret stamp collection.
What are all of these? Uh-oh. Completed 66%. Well, what's the other 34% I haven't done? Look, it's got Edgar Allan Poe, Friedrich Nietzsche, Bram Stoker. That's cool. And I guess that's me here. The last person to check out the Storyteller tome.
The ceremony.
Oh, look, now there's a red star here. It says 0 out of 10. What does that mean?
Life and death.
Oh, there's new puzzles with stars beside them. Look there, there's a star. There's a star. We'll have to come back and try out those 10 extra special star puzzles another time. Wow, so much more content. That was fun. I hope you've enjoyed Storyteller and the new Devilish update. Like I said, there's still 10 more puzzles for us to do, so be watching out. I will be doing another Storyteller video very soon. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite puzzle. I really like the artwork in this game. I think it's a lot of fun. It's really cool to look at. It's a very interesting idea for a puzzle game. I love puzzle games, and this one is very unique. Alright, take care of yourselves until next time. Bye!